I suppose that growing up in the 1960s, at a time when suddenly everybody's horizons were expanding, it was inevitable that the vision of Christian aid should really take root in a young mind or heart. And as I grew up as a Christian in those years, it seemed to me absolutely obvious that the work, the vision of Christian aid, was something central to what it was to being a Christian, being a citizen, being a human being in the world we inhabit today. And that sense of conviction about Christian aid has never really left me, and that's why I feel so greatly privileged to have been invited to take on the chair of the board of Christian aid. One of the great slogans that Christian aid circulated in years gone by was "We believe in life before death." And that wonderful, challenging, mischievous slogan is something which expresses a great deal of a vision which says that it's possible to live in a world where our fellow human beings really are allowed to be alive in the fullest sense, to enjoy security for themselves and their families, a sense of a future that's not under threat, a sense that they have some power over the circumstances of their own lives, some ability to shape the world they live in. Because one of the biggest mistakes we can make about Christian aid, as about so many aid organisations, is to imagine that it's just about handouts to needy people. No, it is about power and the distribution of power. It's about dignity and the recognition of dignity. And that's why the work of Christian aid never just stops with relief or aid. It is about development, it is about the growth of people and communities. And increasingly, of course, it's about the growth of a sense of responsibility for the world we inhabit, the whole environment we're in, which is why Christian aid's interest in climate change is a deeply significant part of its work and its programme. We're being challenged by Christian aid to ask what it is to live justly, sensibly, righteously, if you want old-fashioned language, in a world of limited resources and deep inequalities. Christian aid challenges us to look at what we do with those limited resources and how we adjust those deep inequalities. It asks us to imagine something, imagine a world in which it really is possible to receive gifts from one another and give gifts to one another, to occupy a space together that we cherish and love and conserve, and perhaps above all, to take one another's dignity with the deepest possible seriousness and the deepest possible hopefulness.